Just let it go. How many times have you heard that and you thought, I can't just let this go? Now, to let go doesn't mean to get rid of. To let go actually means just to let things be. When we let it be with compassion, things come and go on their own. Hi, I'm David Oneal, and this is Ultimate Mind Hacks. Now, holding on to pain doesn't fix anything, and replaying the past over and over again, it's weird. It never changes the past, does it? And wishing things were different doesn't make it so. So in some cases, especially when it comes to the past, all you can do is accept it. Whatever it is that you're holding on to, it's simply let it go. And that's how everything changes. You have to let go of what's hurting you, even if it feels almost impossible. Deciding to hold on to the past will hold you back from creating a strong sense of self. A self that isn't defined by your past, but rather by what you want to be. I know this sounds really difficult, but I've tried it, and I've had some things to overcome in my past. Now, everyone's got things that they have to overcome in their past. My problems may not seem as big, or they might seem bigger than yours, but everyone's got something in their past that they may be holding on to unless you've let it go. That's the theme of this video. We're going to be letting things go. Now, oddly enough, painful feelings can be comfortable, especially if they're all you know. Some people have trouble letting things go and letting go of their pain and even unpleasant emotions about their past because they think those feelings are part of their identity. I mean, have you ever heard someone say, well, I'm tough because my upbringing made me tough and
Life is tough and we gotta do tough things.
when actually, yeah, things could have been tough, but those times aren't here right now, are they? Now, in some ways, they might not know who they are without the pain. Some people are actually defined by their pain. Some people walk around saying,
Well, I've been hurt by this and hurt by that, and that's who I am.
now, is that who you are? Well, you're a person that had some painful things. You went through some things. But you can choose to be whoever you want to be. It doesn't make whatever happened in the past go away. It doesn't make anything in the past stop hurting. It doesn't make anything in the past, like, if it was wrong, it's still wrong even if you let it go. Letting go just means to let it be. If you were hurt, if something bad happened, that thing will have always happened. It's just the story we're telling ourselves about it now. If we just go,
Well, I've always been hurt and everything's hurt and I'm always hurt. I'm hurt.
yeah, you have been hurt. It sucks. I'm sorry. And then you could just let it be and well, what would you want to be today?
Well, I can't be anything but hurt.
Actually, you could just be whatever you want, and that doesn't negate what happened in the past. It's not like we're not respecting what happened to you in the past. We do. We're just saying, let it go and let it be. Sometimes it makes it impossible for people to let it go, and this is Ultimate Mind Hacks, and we start right now. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, and share, and consider supporting us on Patreon. And please take a look at the links below and make a comment. We love to hear from you because you shape the show. Now, if you find it hard to let go of a past relationship or grudges, I've got a few tips that are going to help you immensely. And why? Because these things helped me. And when I was doing the research for the show, I was like, wow, this is really, really helpful. So, number one, understand the relationships you thought you have are going to be different than the ones you actually have. We must accept that the person we are with at this moment and the way other people are too is just the way they are. Your partner or your husband or your wife or your mother or father, they're just the way they are because they're the way they are. And as time goes on, we continue to learn that things don't always go as planned. Actually, the more I plan, the more things go some other way. And that's okay, because if you become aware of yourself and you're part of the relationships, they'll improve. However, you have to accept facts about certain people in your life. By practicing gratitude, appreciation, and trusting the process, this will become easier over time. Now, the second one is becoming invested in the outcome. How many times do I write my goal and
I will do this and I will do that and this will happen and this will be because I said so.
yeah. I used to love to make lists and love to make plans, and I used to love to hold others accountable too. Say, well,
Well, you said you'd do this by this time.
guess how well that worked? It didn't. Now, being invested in the outcome when it comes to dealing with people often leads to disappointment. It could lead to anger, frustration, and certainly it's the opposite of letting things be. Expectations have a way of keeping us stuck. I know they have made me stuck many times because they led us to fear certain outcomes. There's no guarantees in life, and there's nothing we can do to really get the outcomes we desire when dealing with others. I mean, I used to make a deal with someone and think, well, we made a deal. Now you got to stick to the deal. People kind of have their own agenda. And when I get so caught up in having to have that outcome right there, it's never really worked out. I don't think it's ever worked out once. And it's not because the other people were bad or anything happened. It's just people do the things they do. And when I put an expectation on them, well, they're going to let me down because I change, they change, everyone changes. And it's not because they're not doing what they said. They just might not be doing it in the way I think they should be doing it, and they won't because they're going to do it in the way they do it. That's a big one. When our expectations or needs aren't met, we need to respond rationally and appropriately. And sometimes this means setting respectful boundaries. Other times it just means letting it go. Now, here's another one I like. Number 3, don't live in chains when you have the key. Sometimes we live with self-limiting beliefs and we let that define who we are. I might think, you know what, David, I can never do that. I can never make that happen. Now, if you truly believe that, guess what? It's never going to happen. You're never going to accomplish that. When you open up your mind and you believe in yourself, it really, really works. I've thought that, well, because I was on my own since 14 or because I'm in a different country, I can't be something. Those are just my beliefs. Because the sun's not out, I can't enjoy my day. I mean, really. I used to say, like, well, if it's not sunny, can't have a nice day. Isn't that weird? I opened up my mind and I believed in myself, and I'm inviting you to do that as well because there are many people who tell you that you can't do it, and you can listen to them. But you know the worst one is? Most of the time, the people that tell us we can't do it, it's our own head. Like somebody might say that, but then we reinforce it. People can say whatever they want. You're blue. Does that mean you're blue? You're pink. Does that mean you're pink? You're yellow. You're green. You're orange. So what? Number 4, let go of the idea that you can control others' actions. We really only have control over ourselves and how we act, and half the time we don't even think we have that. You can't change another person, so don't waste your time and energy trying. I think this is the biggest factor that pushes people to hold on to unhelpful behaviors. Like the need to please. We think if I only do everything for everyone, they'll never get mad at me. That's not going to work, right? Only worry about what you think of yourself. Free yourself from being controlled by what others think and start to prioritize how you feel about yourself. Now, this is a quote from Mahatma Gandhi. He said, "Happiness is what you think, what you say, and what you do when you're in harmony. You can't live by your values if you're living for the approval of others." I hope these few mind hacks have helped you guys out. They certainly made a big difference for me. I'd appreciate it if you'd leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share the video, or support us on Patreon. And the main thing I want to know is, did any of this resonate with you? And if it did, let me know. I'm David Oneal, and I'll see you next time on Ultimate Mind Hacks.